Hello, and here I am today at Lake Kegonsa State Park. It's about 10 miles south of Madison, and it seems to be pretty secluded. My campsite is fairly small compared to the last couple places I've stayed at, but it's also fairly private and it's really well shaded. And even though it's about 88 degrees, it's high 80s today, it feels kind of cool in here, like a little breeze and a lot of shade. So it's actually not too hot, which I'm hoping tomorrow will be okay because it's supposed to be in the low 90s tomorrow. I haven't gone and checked the place out. I just got my tent up and then relaxed and, stopped sweating a bit. So I'm going to go and walk around and check the place out. But it's not as big as the last place I was at Governor Dodge. Like, it's nowhere near as big. And I'll be here the same amount of time as I was at Governor Dodge. I want to go and check out the beach and look at the lake. It looks like a giant lake. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I want to see what they have to offer, like what kind of different things you can do around here. So, yeah, I'm going to go check some of that out. One of the things that I think is really telling about this park is that there's no volunteer camp host. This is the first park that I've been to that hasn't had a host. I don't know, maybe there'll be other ones that don't, but this is really telling, in my opinion, of the state of this park. And that's about all I'll say on that. I'm gonna go check out one of the trails that's over here, just off of the shower area, and we'll see where that goes and what that trail looks like. This looks like it'd be a pretty cool trail coming in from Madison once it gets done. No, I'm not walking through that. Right. So the group camp must be there. Yeah, it's got to be the group camp area. Weird that it's so close to this trail. There's nothing like really secluded about this trail at all. Such a little baby deer. It's so cute. And there's mama. Wait, don't go the other way, baby deer. Stay away from the road. Little cutie. So all of this footage is from 2023. In 2023, I did a trip where I went to about a dozen state parks all around Wisconsin. I'm just now getting around to editing that stuff. I had a lot of things happen in my life that had prevented me from really spending time with this footage and with that trip and actually making them into videos. But hopefully you're still enjoying the video and looking at the trails and stuff. I want to show you some of the pictures from that trip. The later in that day, I went to the beach where I was looking for a place to paint. I didn't record it. And then the day after that, I went to Madison and walked around Madison, checked that out. I walked around State Street and I walked around the lake around Madison. And then I also found this really cool restaurant called Sookie's, which is a vegan restaurant that was right off of State Street. Unfortunately, this place closed down about a year ago and is no longer open, but I had this amazing lunch there, which was super good. The footage I'm about to show you too is me painting, and I'm going to speed that up in time lapse as well, so you don't have to sit and watch me paint the entire time. And then afterwards, I'm just going to show the painting that I did in Lake Kegonsa, and then I'll get back to talking a little bit more about my trip and how it went.
That's cool.
Thanks.
It must be fun.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
this is Stevens Falls at Governor Dodge.
Oh. When did you do that?
Wednesday.
Beautiful, man.
Cool. This is the 4th park I've been to, 4th painting.
How many are you gonna try and get to?
18.
18, nice.
Yeah, that's what I have all scheduled. Like I'm camping until like August 13th. So
nice. Get a painting done, camp around.
Yeah.
Cool. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, this one's sold. That's why it's sitting out here, because the guy's coming to pick it up in like an hour.
But take one look at it. It's like, oh yeah, that's.
Yeah, no, I was sitting there painting at the falls, and the guy comes up and he's like, "How much?" I was like, "Okay, here you go. Give me a few days to let it dry." But yeah.
Awesome. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah. Thanks, you too.
One. Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful right there.
Well, it's only about halfway done.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah.
Thank you. Under this tree right here is where I painted yesterday. Oh, looking over there. I'm glad I did it yesterday because it's kind of smoggy today. There's probably more wildfire smoke in the air again today. It was pretty windy yesterday, but the view was a lot better than this. One of the things too about this place is this blue-green algae bloom. I would not recommend going swimming in there. Seems pretty nasty. So you can see that algae is just everywhere here. Yeah, anytime when you're in a lake where you can't like see the bottom when it's really shallow like this is quite concerning. I would not go swimming in that. I mean, it's probably fine, but if you swallow any of that water, you could get a pretty upset stomach. When there's so many other better places to swim in Wisconsin, you can just skip it. There are quite a bit of fish in this lake, though. Just a boat landing over that way. Over there is a road that goes back to the campground and the park office. And this just is back at the boat landing. Yeah, this just comes out to the road. Well, I'm gonna head back to the campground and not gonna record anymore. Okay, let's check out all the trails that we went on. When I first got here, I did this trail, but I didn't film it. But this was the first one that I filmed right here by the showers, the White Oak Nature Trail. I went over here and over here, and then there's some mounds over here. Then I went this way, all the way down here, and all the way over here, and all the way back here, back this way, and then along this way back to the showers. And then the other trail that I did, we went over here and then went this way, down here, all the way there, crossed the road here, and then went down to the beach, and then took the beach out this way, and then I came back this way and then went on this trail, and I walked around here, and I think I just did that one. I don't know, I might have went out this way. One of those I did, and then came back here, and then on the way back I like went in here and then came back through here, and I'm camped like around here somewhere, so I went back like that way. Not a lot of trails to see. I did skip this one. I couldn't really find where it is, and there's like a boardwalk right here right by the beach that was sunken. It was inaccessible, but otherwise I did pretty much every trail around here. Most of them are pretty flat. It's mostly just like prairie like this. The only real thing I totally would recommend is going down and walking along the lake. That's very pretty. It's got a nice view there. Well, it's my last day at Lake Kegonsa. I'm all packed up and I'm ready to go on to the next place. I would say that Lake Kegonsa has some good things. The staff here are really great. They take care of the park really well. All of the trails were all freshly mowed. The bathrooms look great. The campsites are mostly well kept. But really, I don't think I would come back. This is the first place where I don't think I would recommend it, quite honestly. Like the big lake here, you can't go swimming in it because of the algae. The park itself is actually more of like a party park, I think. Like Friday and Saturday night, like this place was just hopping full of people, and now it's pretty much dead. There's just like a family, you might be able to hear them like way over there, and a couple, retired people around because today is Tuesday, so nobody's really here. The place was jam packed like over the weekend, but there isn't much to do here though. The trails aren't really that interesting. Like I said, you can't go swimming. The lake is pretty to look at, and maybe if like I had a big boat or like I was really into fishing, but yeah, I think I would go somewhere else like Yellowstone Lake, which isn't too much farther from here. Seemed a lot nicer, was a lot better for swimming. Um, definitely like Governor Dodge had a great swimming beaches. So yeah, this would be the first place I wouldn't recommend. Oh, the other thing is the bugs here. This is the first time that the bugs really got to me. You're outside and you're camping, there's going to be bugs. That's just the way it is. But here I got just eaten alive by mosquitoes, even wearing like tons of bug spray all the time. And there's spiders everywhere and like caterpillars crawling on everything. My tent had like all of this white like fuzz all over it and everything was a little sticky. Yeah, I don't think I would come back. I mean, it's a state park, so you're always going to have some fun because it's always nice to be out camping and being outside. And like I said, they take good care of what is actually here, but there just isn't that much here. It's not a very big park. And there's also like a train that goes by really close. And there was a train at Wyalusing, but you didn't really hear it that much. This one is really close. Like it woke me up at like 2 in the morning, blaring the horn. It's like really close by. Not exactly sure where it is, but it's close. Yeah, if you're like me and you're out looking for the best that Wisconsin has to offer, this would be a place I'd skip. It's just not the best that Wisconsin has to offer. Just say that. Like, and we all have like a short amount of time on this planet, and you got to use your time wisely. But I'm glad I came here. I'm trying to hit every state park in the next couple years, so I would have to come here eventually. Because it's I'm doing every park. I still had fun here. It was still nice. I got a great painting from this place, so that is another positive. It was super windy when I was painting, but yeah. The other thing is it's really close to Madison, so I drove into Madison within 20 minutes, and I went on Saturday and I went to the farmers market at Madison, which is just gigantic and super cool. But yeah, Lake Kegonsa is fine. If you want to just get out and just camp, and it's only, like I said, like 20 minutes away from Madison, it's definitely worth doing. But for someone like me who's like out looking for the best, this was not the best.